Allah, umtali wetu Allah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. My name is Azia and welcome to Conversations Podcast with the Soweto Muslim Association. Today we have our first couple. We have Phetogo and Hakeem.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Hi.
Hi.
Assalamu alaikum.
First couple, no pressure, guys. No pressure.
No
This
pressure.
is actually
No
quite
pressure.
exciting.
Yeah.
For us too.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, just to get ourselves into the mood and
Yep.
relaxed, we're going to do some rapid fire questions. So, yeah, just have fun with it. Put your feet up and, yeah, have a good time.
Take my shoes off.
You can.
Alright.
You can. Just put them just on the table.
I'll be showing people my feet out. Not like that.
Okay, first question is, what is your favorite book?
Khalil Gibran. Anything by Khalil Gibran, Rumi, Persian writers. I love Eastern writers.
Yep,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. I'd say Alex Huxley because of who he wrote about. But I think if I were to bring it home, Stephen Bantu Biko.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's I think those are the books that they did a lot for me. Without saying a lot. They did a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, did what?
No, they did a lot.
But yeah,
At the time that I
it's
read,
okay.
I was really young when I read them, so they really did a lot for me. I think they set up a clear path for what I wanted to achieve in my lifetime.
Okay. And what is your favorite sport?
Tennis. I don't understand it. I just love the cute outfits, to be honest. But tennis. I do Pilates. I don't know if that's a sport or a form
I
of...
feel like Pilates is a sport because it's very rigorous. No, don't.
It's a form of movement.
Yeah,
So
but it's
I
a
wouldn't
lot.
classify it as a sport. It is a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. So,
Pilates is
yeah.
extreme sports.
It is.
It is.
Especially for men.
Yes.
And that's why they use it for NBA players.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
extreme
They're
sport.
always shaking.
Yeah.
Why y'all gotta do that to us?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
The
the time.
Pilates.
With-
all the
especially with Pilates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway.
I'm still learning how to roll from the ground with my
Yes.
spine. Like it's
Yeah.
extreme. Whitewater rafting.
White men's sport.
Just a sport.
Fact.
It's just a sport. What do you mean?
White men's
It's
sport.
whitewater rafting.
Yeah, because black people on water, we just don't mix.
Where?
I must
Take that
disagree.
back. Put that out there.
No, with water,
That
that
out-
is moving.
No,
moving
yes.
water.
Moving water is great.
How many black people do you see?
You're
on
gonna
moving
get to
water?
the ocean eventually.
Yeah, eventually we do, but like you play here.
I got
I got shallow.
dip your toes.
You play here.
No.
You're way too long.
No, we need to get to the ocean, guys. We need
Okay.
to move. Life is flowing. So
Okay, 2 things that are on your bucket list.
Well, Cappadocia. Now that you said it.
yeah.
And the pilgrimage, definitely.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, Ameen. And Stone Town, Tanzania. Yeah. That's definitely on our bucket list.
Cappadocia. I want to see her face when the sun is rising. I want to see what she looks like when the
Stop
sun is rising.
it.
We up there, you know, high-fiving angels and stuff. But Hajj, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Inshallah. Ameen.
And if we were to go anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Definitely Senegal for me. Love the people, love the culture, the food, the air. Oh, I love Senegal.
The souk.
Everything.
Yeah.
I just love Senegal.
Yeah. I'd say Tanzania, Zanzibar, because I got people there. Yeah. I'd say I'd definitely expanding the FOLA community, not just online, but worldwide as well. I want to touch
Inshallah, it
this.
happens.
I mean.
And lastly, what is your favorite board game?
Favorite board game? Actually, we don't play a lot of board games. So
do you mean?
At this point, I don't even know.
What do you
Listen.
Introduce me to stuff. For
I
real.
chairs because I keep whooping them.
Well, that
Nah, listen,
know.
listen.
I taught him chess. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
she
say it's
taught
my
me.
favorite.
No,
but
she taught me, but I just whoop. I whoop.
It's always said the student becomes the master. So
Yeah,
I guess.
that's not the case, though.
Oh,
We're still going home. We're still, take the chessboard out.
Okay, so what inspired you guys to pursue the careers that are rooted in mental health and personal growth?
So for me, after a long journey of self-discovery, which I'm still on,
Yeah, we all get that.
yeah, I have realized that Allah has created us to be progressive human beings. And I made a vow to myself that anything that I do would involve something that has to do with self-empowerment and self-growth, and also teaching others to do the same. So yeah, that's what inspired me. I'm doing NLP right now.
What's NLP?
NLP
Neuro
is
linguistics programming.
neuro-linguistics.
It's a modality. It's a personal development modality,
Thank you.
coaching modality as well.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm busy doing that. So yeah.
Yeah.
So happy.
I'd say I personally hated not having the right tools to deal with life as and when it was happening, and I'd always disliked the escapes that we have as Black people, because they always lead to even more dysfunction, even more hurt, even more pain, and because of that, I I wanted something better, and wellness and like holistic well-being appealed to me because I spent my whole entire life in counseling and in therapy, and the only thing that took me off the ledge was finding wellness. So I was like, okay, if it can take me off the ledge,
Then I can do
and I
it
was,
for other
you know, that was considered to be like going to the far
Yeah.
end of things, and it literally rescued me. And so I was like, cool, I can couple this with Dean,
Okay.
right? And so like that just like it cemented everything for me, and like finding out even more about it just let splayed my path open. Yeah.
Okay, and how do your individual callings intersect personally and professionally? How do they strengthen your relationship personally and individually?
So my husband and I are very clear about the roles that we play in our home and professionally as well. And that has created a harmonious relationship between us. I know that even though I'm able to go out in the world and work and make my own money, I know that my main priority and focus is child rearing and taking care of the home. And he's our provider, avenger, he's our leader in the home. So that dynamic has created such a perfect harmony where we are very clear about our roles, and it has strengthened our relationship definitely, and partnership in our home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have answered that better than her. So
Okay, and then what are some of the shared values that you implement into your lives?
Dean.
Yeah, Dean, definitely.
Dean is like the cement for everything for us. Like it's the center point, it's the beginning point, it's the end point, it's everything. I think one of the first things when we when we started talking and when our parents started talking is we said we're going to do everything for the pleasure of Allah, and only that.
Yeah.
So my ethos is say nothing and do nothing that you're going to have to apologize for later.
Yeah.
And so that like just having that beginning point, midpoint, and end point every single day in our lives, and especially with what we do, we need to be stable. So our values are stability, and we find stability in Allah, and in like constantly striving to be better. We struggle,
Yeah.
Just like
we struggle, and like he doesn't ask us to be perfect. He only asks us to strive. So
Yeah.
so it just in knowing that we can always go back to what we started with for the pleasure of Allah, and only that. Like it just centers us.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And just to add on to what he said, we both understand that we are only a link in a generational chain. And everything that we do, we ensure that we do not pass down generational traumas. We work on being, we work on our mental health. Mental health is a thing that we do in our family, is something that we focus on alongside with Dean, so that we resolve issues that can be resolved in this lifetime, and that they are not passed down to other generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compound on that, like just learning to, I think now we're practicing it more than waiting for it to like compound into other things or spill into other things, is dealing with the thing now and dealing with the thing, not fighting each other. We're dealing with the thing that happened, and doing that. I don't know, man. You know, for in the ma'al usri yusra, in the hardship, in the contention, in the thickness of things, in whatever it is that's happening in your life, there's mercy in there, and there's peace in there, and there's good in there. And so, like going into it when it's happening or just after it's happened, and processing together, it allows for us to like constantly come back to each other and like, just, I'm really happy that I said that, because then when I voice things, I allow for her to meet me at the point of my emotional needs. When she tells me things, she's literally opening her whole entire world for me to meet her and love her where she wants to be loved, and like be concerned with that and be interested in like what's happening there. And so I think if a lot more of us would do that in the moment, we'd capacitate people to actually see us and actually love us at the points where we want to be loved. And I think when you show value to your partner like that, I don't know, man, it just makes your
marriage quite beautiful.
Yeah, it makes it beautiful. Makes it light.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes it light.
Makes sense, because I do watch your videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
Very insightful.
My videos are
Yeah. All your videos.
You don't think I'm violent?
Well, it depends on the situation. I mean, like, some people need to be placed in their place, I guess. Need to be put in their place.
Please clip this up. Please clip this up.
No, don't start with that. Oh,
Please
I
clip
think
this
I know
up.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Fourth wall. Please clip this up and post it. Okay. Thank you.
I wasn't even going to ask you about the latest ones, but anyways.
No,
But you're violent.
I'm violent, babe.
Who said that though? Because
Almost every day I get someone saying I'm violent on TikTok.
it?
Yeah.
Violence and my husband don't go.
But like, I feel like you just need to tell people what it is. Like,
Yeah, just tell the truth. Just tell the truth for what it is. Like, we are violent
And
towards
some things
ourselves.
you just don't like. And if you are being honest about what you don't like and setting boundaries, people need to respect those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100,000%.
Makes absolutely no sense. You're not violent, Jim. I saw your
Thank you.
videos. It's okay. As I was walking, and this is for Hakeem. What inspired you to start FOLA?
I was a mess, guys. I was a mess. I was a living, breathing mess. Okay? I was being in a place in your life where no matter how hard you try to do good, people get hurt. No matter how much you try to change, people get hurt. No matter how much you try to move and progress, people get disappointed. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And then you get to a point where you realize no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to help you. No one is coming to change your life. You have to be the one that does that. And getting to that point in my life where I was aware that only I and Allah, also just like getting back
To that.
to getting back to the deen, and just pushing myself and like literally striving to be better one day at a time was the only thing that was going to help me and everyone that was involved at the time, and moving forward, everyone else that I was going to meet moving forward, allowed for me to change my life around rapidly. And the rapidity of it was part of the reason why I have the convictions that I have today, that what we're doing at FOLA actually really does work. Because if it helped me, and I've seen it in the last 12 years help copious amounts of people in our sessions, I don't think I need anything else in life but to just keep going down this road and down this path. Because again, we go back to the thing that glues us is fisabilillah, do everything for the pleasure of Allah. And if I could, if Allah could take me, as a Muslim, as a shaheed, but as leave a lasting echo of what we do at FOLA, I would really be grateful.
Inshallah. And how does it serve the community in a unique way?
Results. We came into the mental wellness and emotional well-being industry with saying we are about results. It's therapy that actually works. But for the therapy to actually work, you have to go and live. In between the sessions, you have to actually go and live and go get triggered. And then
Yeah.
bring the data from the triggers back so we do more. Right? Like it's not Panado.
Yeah.
It's not Panado. It's like it doesn't have a prescription. You are the prescription. You have a beautiful mind. You have a beautiful nervous system. You have a beautiful heart. You have a beautiful gut system. Your body is communicating with you. And only if you listened,
Yeah, we don't.
bring that data back. Just bring that data back to us. Listen to your body. Listen to your life. Listen to the people in your life. In the way they act and react after these sessions, it's going to tell you whether you're moving in the right direction or not. Whether they like it or not, it's just going to tell you. And results are like how I personally know, how we know we have an incredible impact on all of our clients and the people in their lives.
It's so difficult to actually listen to your body sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it's hard, especially if you are a person who hasn't reached a point where you want to change something in your life, or you want to change the trajectory of where your life is going. So you find it very hard to listen to, is it my body, is it my heart, is it my mind, like differentiating between all those organs. It's
What does Allah says? What does Allah say? He says this world is a world of illusions and noise and smoke and smoke and mirrors, right? Like, so we get lost in the noise. This world is really filled with noise. So we think the noise is us. We get so consumed. We get so consumed by it that we even fill the space where Allah is supposed to be in our lives with that noise. And so it's very difficult for you to listen to your body and to actually think your own thoughts, right? But I always say to people, whenever I'm on lives, I always say that even in workshops, you might not want to do this, but there's a time that's gonna come where you need it. Because life is gonna life.
It's gonna humble you.
It's gonna humble you, and when that time comes when you actually need it, I think I'm glad that I'm even placed in front of a person for them to know that there is an outlet, or for them to know that there is a place they can go to get the help that they need in that moment. It's just not Panado. So don't use therapy as a emergency button that you press and your life is sorted out. No, you actually have to go and live your life and sort it out. We're living with 30 plus years of like carnage and chaos and illusions and delusions about what we are and what the world is, and it's going to take a while for you
the
to.
Lulu takes us.
But it's never the Solulu. Let's stop lying to each other. It's not the Solulu.
Just a continuation of what we are currently talking about. You are a hypnotherapist and also a life coach. What challenges do you face with your clients when they are going through the most, and how do you go through them through life?
I think people are used to asking for help and not getting it. So it's very difficult for my clients to ask for help. So I kind of drum this thing where I say, you'll never be an inconvenience to me. Ever. You will never, ever, ever be an inconvenience to me. When you need help, or when you want to unburden, or when you want to express, the FOLA number is there. You can leave a voice note. I'm the guy you send the long text to. And I read everything. And I answer with a longer text. I'll send you a voice note that's a podcast long. You're gonna get context. Okay? So but it's also I think people struggle with being vulnerable. Because it's all like our vulnerability has always been weaponized against us in places and spaces where we thought it was safe to trust. Right? And so that difficulty, but it's all like in the rapport building, the early stages, it could start from like a social media post, and then it goes into a discovery call, or they join a webinar, or they see an episode on YouTube, or they listen to the podcast, and all of that just helps them just because of the kind of content that I produce and the kind of content that I bring out. It just, people warm up, and people like just allow themselves to remove certain levels of protection or skins or masks that they wear. So when you get to the session, you already know what we do. You already know how it happens. You already know, and you've prepared yourself. You probably like watched other people's YouTubes, and you've decided FOLA is the way to go because it resonates with where I come from. It resonates with where I want to go to and where I want to grow to. You've probably seen testimonials as well. So, it's the difficulty is part of the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difficulty is part of the
Definitely.
journey. So if we avoid the difficulty and like only promise people rainbows, it's not realistic.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. And I love the fact that we're talking about this. Like, I think a lot of people have this misconception that to be religious is to not need therapy.
Yeah.
There's a lot, like, for you not to need therapy, it means you are repressing your emotions. You're not dealing with the things that you should be dealing with. Prayer is incredible, and Allah has placed it for us to be utilized and for us to heal. But we also need help from a different type of people who are qualified to deal with certain traumas or certain triggers that we may have experienced. So, yeah.
Again,
Constant self-improvement,
Self-improvement,
self-growth,
yeah.
and self-awareness, going within to see what I need to heal within myself, because we're always progressing, we're always learning and growing, so there's always challenges coming our way. And we
Also, I
need to
just
deal
think
with
it makes it better, like dealing with your mental and emotional health, and just sorting through and having the right tools to use. It just makes your body even better. It
does.
makes whole shoe
It
better because your
does.
mind
It's
isn't
clearer.
loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your heart isn't loud. Your nervous system isn't in a constant state of shock that like you're fidgety and you're like all over the place when you're supposed to literally be talking to your maker. You know, so I don't know, man. Like it's
important.
Allah
Yeah,
says he's placed cures in the world, and sometimes the
They
cures
come
are
through people.
they come through people. You're like, we don't know everything. He created us forgetful so we can remember. Sometimes you need to be triggered by people so you can remember.
Depends what kind of triggers.
The good types. I think every trigger. I think everything that happens to you, it will constantly lead you back to Allah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
For
what I mean?
sure,
Whether you are
definitely.
aware of it or not,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
everything will lead you back to Allah.
Yeah.
And whether you believe me or not, dear viewer, if you don't wake up here in this world, you're gonna wake up in the grave.
Yeah.
Aware that Allah is there, aware that, you know, He gave you time in this world for you to actually commune with Him, talk to Him, build with Him, build that relationship with Him, so you can like actually get everything you've ever wanted in this life.
Yeah.
You know, like we sent here for a reason, and sometimes you don't have to die before you live that reason.
True.
You know.
And for Phetogo, how has faith shaped you as a mother, as an author, and also as a modest model?
So faith is in the center of my being. I do everything fi sabilillah. I am well aware that anything that I do is either an obedience to Allah or a disobedience to Allah. So I strive to give my 100% in anything and everything that I do, whether it's motherhood, wifehood, modest modeling, or telling stories for children. I'm really aware that I'm obeying Allah.
And what strategies have you found most helpful in your journey?
Prayer. Prayer. Like, there's no other strategy. For me, it's prayer. It's the constant remembrance of God, having tawakkul, having taqwa, and realizing that honestly, I'm nothing without Allah. I'm placed here to serve Him and Him only. Yeah.
Makes sense. And to the both of you, what advice would you give people who are looking to live a life of alignment in a world that is basically filled with just dunya things?
Yeah. I think it is important for you to stay focused. There's so many distractions, like you say. There's phones where, you know, time is not on our hands and we utilize it in such a careless way.
Oh,
You know, we think we have the next minute or tomorrow. So just being aware that you may not be here tomorrow, and just shutting out all the noise and staying focused on what you were sent here to do, you know. So that is it from my side.
Really?
You know, I'm a woman with a few words.
I'd say 4 things. Right. Well, more than 4 things, but like, please work on your mental and emotional well-being. It's your duty. There's no one that's going to heal you in this world except for you. There's no one that's going to be your peace, or there's no one responsible for the things you're neglecting about you.
Before you
Yeah, go
continue, how do people get to that mindset?
You know what's wrong with your life.
Yes.
You know what's wrong. You know what's wrong in your life.
Yeah.
You know your contribution to the wrongs in your life.
Yeah.
Majority of them can be placed to your trauma. Majority of them can be placed to what you're refusing to deal through. You're dealing with it in other ways that are only creating more carnage in your life, but you need to deal through that thing. You need to work through that thing until you're through that thing and you're through with that thing, right? So mental and emotional well-being is very important. It was important when the prophet lost his wife and lost his son. It was important then. So, and he got reprieve from Allah, from our creator. We're not prophets.
Yeah.
We're not prophets. We are adherents of the faith, right? Meaning you need to find the right people to help you through that thing. But the 4 things are your friends or your circle, your companions, right? Allah says, be careful of who you choose to be your companions, because they either they'll become your faith, they'll become your religion. Whatever it is they do, say, believe in, and practice will be what you do, say, and practice. And if it leads you away from Allah, or it leads you away from mental and emotional well-being, then you need to change those people. And if they haven't figured out Deen, or haven't figured out this healing thing, or they've become millionaires in the last 5 years, you might need to reconsider whether you have friends or you have trauma bonds. Okay? It's real talk. That's number
It's
one.
true.
No, it's
true.
on. I'm being honest,
It's
right?
very
I'm
true.
being honest, right? Like if you truly, really want to change your life, change the people around you. Number 2 is time and how you spend it. Like my wife was saying, time is fleeting.
Very.
Time is
Especially now.
fleeting, especially now. However, the use of time, and it's easy to do. Just look at what you're doing from the moment you wake up to the moment you sleep. Just let's catalog on a piece of paper. Just strike the good stuff that I do that actually brings me life, brings me goodness, sets my day up for tomorrow. The bad things that I do that eat away my time and eat away my energy and eat away my resources. I constantly feel guilty for doing these things. And every single day, whenever you're doing the things that are eating away at your energy and the goodness that you produce in this life, just shift it to the good things that give you good energy. You know what I mean? Or
Self-awareness.
Being self-aware is very important.
it's very important.
Very
And to stop it is very easy. Just go make wudu, make 2 rakats, drop it in sujood. You know what I mean? And then when you get up from your musalla, just go do the things that bring you energy, right? Like just do that. We have the perfect plug, you guys.
No, we do.
Wudu, sujood.
I honestly feel like when I sleep after Fajr, that's when I kind of like lose my day-to-day things, and like the bad habits come in. So when I don't sleep and then I start like journaling, that's the first thing that I do. Journaling and scheduling how my day is going to go,
you and her
exercising,
would be best friend with the journaling thing.
Then it's just like, okay, my day is going to go right.
Yeah.
But if I don't do those things and I miss one of those things out of my
your days out of sync.
If I miss Fajr, that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone, when you
And
miss Fajr,
my heart just like...
And the journaling as well. It's
yeah.
like I've seen on
helpful.
days when my wife doesn't journal, just how like the week could even take a
I
turn.
don't know where the emotions, like they're all over the place. Like I have to journal and pray.
It's better when you put them in like in paper on paper.
Words, when you externalize.
Yeah, when you extend. Yeah, instead of what is it? I read it somewhere where they say that especially people who suppress their emotions, they get is it immuno diseases? I think it is.
Yeah.
You can get any type
you can get like because you're repressing, and that creates tension in your body, and that tension becomes stress becomes it becomes frustration becomes stress becomes cancers. So we need to be careful.
Just take it as like a pipe of sanitation. If it's clogged and it doesn't flow, the chances are it's gonna burst.
And your body
your body definitely
your body keeps the score of
to,
what you do and what you don't do, and it's going to tell you.
Same as your spiritual well-being. If you're not processing your emotions, if you're not putting them on paper to burn them or whatever that you need to do,
that actually helps.
It helps.
It really
helps. It changes your whole.
I put my clients through that.
So
burn them
you
away.
need to do something to process your emotions.
So the plug wudu, the unplug is wudu and sujood, right? And then when you get up from your musalla, you could either journal or you get back to the things that bring you good energy. That's number 2. Number 3 is your calendar.
Yeah.
If your calendar is empty and you claim to have dreams, wishes, hopes, ambitions, goals, mission in life, you have a vision for yourself that Allah has planted in there, and it's incessantly pestering you, but your calendar is empty, you might just like talking about success.
And it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be like big events or like just your day
Commitment.
to day, your
Your commitments.
Your commitments.
Like put a name to them, put money behind it, put a venue, put a date on there, right? And with that, if you truly really want to transform your life and change it quickly, just 6 months of doing these 3 things is going to change the 4th thing, and that's your bank account. And because a lot of us, we have wrapped our value and our worth in the commas and zeros in our bank accounts, I think you should do yourself the greatest favor by praying, monitoring your friends and the conversations you guys have and the impact they have on you, because your friends have influence over what you think and how you feel about life and loving and being loved, and money and work and whatever else, and God as well. Number 2 is time and how you spend it. Number 3 is your calendar. If you commit to these 3 things, those commas and zeros are going to make you feel good, because you'll have copious amounts of results that have compounded over time in 6 months for you to know that if you commit to you or to Dean or to work or to just having the right type of faith in the friends you have.
And if you haven't seen the results yet,
come to Falla.
But you're doing...
I'm sorry.
But you're doing the work and you're doing the waking up and you're working. Just be patient.
Yeah.
The outcomes
is very, very important.
Just be patient.
The outcomes will definitely come. Just focus on the process.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Put your head down.
Ameen.
Put your head down. It's happened already.
Reality timing.
That reality just has to catch up with you.
That's I'm saying this to myself, actually.
Hey, now.
I'm saying to that I'm also.
But she's saying it to me.
Yeah. Okay.
You're saying it to everyone else who's watching. And where can our viewers find you guys when it comes to like your podcast, social medias, or FOLA Clinic?
Yeah, cool. I am on Instagram. I am Phetogo. And if you're looking for me, you can.
Why didn't you correct me by pronouncing your name?
Phetogo.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it. I
said it, but it's not the same.
But I thought maybe it's your accent.
Probably.
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram. I have a book coming out, Alkebulan Girls. Please check it out. Come on to my Instagram. And if you want to book anything with FOLA, we have FOLA on the website. Yeah.
So I'm on TikTok.
Yes.
And
we know you on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, same handle, Hakeem Anderson, ANDRSN. And to book the sessions, you literally just go to the link in my bio or DMs. I can't hook you up with a husband, please. Relax. Relax.
But I will.
Relax.
I will hook you up.
I'll pass you to my wife. Yeah, for every black man and for every man and woman really who wants to actually better their mental and emotional well-being, heal from trauma and all of that, the links in my bio always work. My DMs always work. And if not, you're gonna find me. You're gonna find me. There's no way you can't find me. So HakeemAnderson@gmail.com. Send us an email and we're gonna sort you out.
Inshallah, I hope people heard what you guys had to speak about and they actually pay attention to their wellness and mental health, because it's so important and we need it to get through this crazy life that we live in today.
Can I just say something on that, right? As a revert, I found it the most difficult to commit to Deen, because we come from backgrounds and families that reject the notion of different, because our book is in Arabic, because we dress differently from everybody else, because we pray differently from everybody else, because we do differently from everybody else. You're going to get rejected. Compounded with the rejection you face as a child, compounded with the neglect and the financial exclusion and the racism and the segregation and all of that we face on a day-to-day basis as people of color and black people. please take care of your mental health.
Yeah.
It's going to make your journey in Islam so much easy.
Yeah.
It's going to, listen, when you've got you and you know Allah has placed you on this journey to ensure that you stand strong, I don't think there's anything in this world that can defeat you.
Yeah.
But for us not to sort through our mental and emotional well-being or mental health, if we don't sort through our trauma, this deen will be another difficult thing that we have to do. So please, I'm asking you from the bottom of my heart, please heal your trauma. Don't burden other people, especially before you get married. Please, especially with the brothers, please. These women go through enough in a day. These Muslim women go through enough in a day. Please, we don't have to be another reason why they hate being women or why they don't like being Muslim women. Please, take care of your mental and emotional well-being. If you need help, just reach out. If you can't afford it, there's always something that we can do. There's always something that we can do. So please do not hesitate to reach out to FOLA Wellness and Healing. Take care of you.
I mean. That was so beautiful. I hope you guys heard what was said, and if you need the help, make sure that you reach out and get it. Jazakallah khaira for coming to our podcast and having this conversation with us. It was very needed, and I hope the people heard you, and inshallah they will come and seek the help that they need. Jazakallah khaira for coming. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah tumjali wetu Allah tumjali wetu